Good morning. I am Jan Jorgensen, Cercone, here at Mountain Temple Gallery in Nevada City, and we are beginning our Be the Light meditation. We do this every Wednesday morning, and sometimes I'll sit down and we have a little pre-conversation with the guests on the program, and they help me catalyze what I've been thinking, what I'm going to present, and so now I have it all tidy and ready to go. What we fear, we must make friends with and flow with. What you fear holds the greatest keys to your mastery and your feeling safe and moving forward in life. So we were just talking about going in the water when you're overwrought with emotions, or you've done the Be the Light meditation and there's too much energy going through your body. It's wonderful to go in the water because that nice saline matches your body's own saline content, and you feel buoyant and you can kind of let go. And it also, being water like a salt bath, takes out stress, it takes out extra fluid in your system. However, sometimes we have implanted, some people have difficulty in the water. Coral, stinging little guys, sharks, and of course the tides. So we must make peace with that which is true and real and natural and learn about it, not try to master it or take or act as if it's all for us, but to respect, stand on the edge and observe and say, what are the laws of this natural universe? How can I flow with it so that I benefit and I enjoy and I can enjoy it and learn the beautiful rhythms of what it has to offer me. So I actually encountered this myself this week because this morning I went out to the car yesterday morning, big tracks right in front of our house, right next to the door of my car, and right by our front door, about 10 feet from our front door, big tracks. So right about that time, our contractor showed up and he said, it's not a mountain lion, this is a bear. Now that's one of the scariest things in the world to me. I've seen those bear movies and they're so big, they're so powerful. But I think, how have I attracted that? And I'd set a pumpkin out for Halloween. I thought, this doesn't smell. Well, a bear can smell for miles. And he was investigating what unusual new smell was brought into his world. A fresh little pumpkin from the grocery store doesn't belong on our front porch. We live in the woods. So now, not only do I have a little bear horn just to tell him, no, don't play here, but I am aware when I get out of my car at night, he may be walking around. And so to not be afraid, but to learn about bears, learn what their habits are, what they're attracted to, and merge with that world so we can all coexist safely. Now, this is a law of the universe everywhere for all people. To live with the land, to live with the natural flows of nature. It's just man that gets a little screwy. So this week, often in my teachings and private sessions, a certain picture has come to my mind, especially now that we are becoming more and more activated and full of our own light. We are finding that whatever our core deepest fear is, we finally must come to a place of no triggers, no reaction, and no fear. So then you pass the test. And it feels so wonderful to pass tests, doesn't it? Remember the last time you passed a big test? Well, in Egypt, the Ancient Priestesses who dedicated their lives to becoming illuminated with truth and light and walking the way of an avatar on earth, guess what their very last test was? I've been there. In Sobek, Egypt, you can see, it's the crocodile alligator temple, and there is a pit, and the pit represents, the priestess must stand on the edge of that pit. Water and live alligators are swimming, or is it crocodiles? And she must become one with the nature of that pool and all those calm crocodiles. She has to go into the water and swim to the other side, as if she's a mermaid or a fish, and she's not food for the crocodile because she has not one particle of fear. So what I've noticed is, in the last few weeks, more energy is coming in through my body. And now when I see a certain vibration, certain type of person who ends up being a certain way, or I see a setup of a certain situation that mirrors my childhood, and I say, oh, there's an alligator and it's going to bite me in the butt if I don't make peace with this here and now. Because that alligator will make a different form. So think about what in your life is an alligator going into a room with a group of people. Who is the alligator? Who's the one that holds the resonance of your parents, your teacher, the ones you've always evaded and afraid to speak your truth to? An alligator can be a situation, a pattern that you have set up over and over again to not get your fair share, for people to be stepping on your boundaries, to not feel safe, to not feed yourself well, whatever it is, inward or outwardly. It is a misalignment. And so fear is part of that. And you can't come aligned because that crocodile will still be biting your butt and you won't make it to the other side of enlightenment. That's why we do the Be the Light meditation over and over and over again. We put ourselves in a sacred space. We call in our spirit guides. We take a deep breath. We remove everybody else's energy. We feel absolutely safe and wonderful. And then we see what crocodile is rearing its head. And it's usually what is emotionally hot or what is bothering you. Because I guarantee you, you line up 100 people, it might bother 2 or 3 people, but the others, they're going to say, what? Like my partner will say, get over it, or that's how life is. And I'm like, but I see that he has his, and I'm like, what isn't he? Just get over it. Can't you see it? There are intricate little layers of patterning and beliefs that keep attracting those big alligators that are going to bite us, and then we're going to complain to the world that we are victims. So today, let's imagine we are standing on the edge of that pool at Sept in Egypt, and our core is regal and pure and ready to move into the mastery of our fearless state of being who we're really meant to be, and look in that water and see what the crocodiles represent for you. Do you see your mother's face and all the behaviors that you have avoided, similar people like your mom, controlling, big mouth, or the mother who was so busy with her own lifestyle that she couldn't even look at you? And then you keep attracting people who won't give you love and intimacy. Let's make peace and swim through with the crocodiles, just for one moment, to have one shining little moment of peace that can grow. So we begin by take a deep breath through your nose and out through your mouth. We ask and intend to set a sacred space. We place a beautiful holon of balance, a geometric configuration over each of our energy fields. You may also choose to offer this to any being that is in that crocodile pit. Your mom, your partner, your brother. Offer them to their higher self if they so wish to go through this process with us now. It is that easy. It will happen. Take a deep breath and contemplate who is needing that now. And bring them in and put them in their own separate space, so your energy is not touching theirs, but through unconditional love and your deciding that you are done with this old pattern, you are offering this to them with your heart. As we reside in our sacred space, we remove everyone else's energy. And we begin to settle and be calm in our own personal energy field. It feels so safe and so soft. And we invite all the other beings, the ones who we felt were crocodiles, to calm themselves as they remove all the drama, trauma, and patterning that caused them to become your crocodile. Take a deep breath and notice and just imagine that perhaps you are someone else's crocodile. Perhaps you are swimming in their pit and you bring up a resonance or a behavior that triggers them. I can guarantee you this is the truth. Take a deep breath through your nose and out through your mouth and realize there is no right or wrong. There is no specific timing. There is no judgment. There just is this moment. So we still our minds of all thought as we use our creative imagination and we call in our divine spirit guides. We let them surround us and we begin to be imbued and feel and absorb their loving presence. All is well. All is in divine timing. In the future, the crocodiles will be history to our nervous system, and we thank them all now for teaching us how to be brave, how to be fearless. How would we have known what love and light is if we hadn't traveled the other path for a while? So we bless it all, and our hearts are open to severe gratitude for all that is, especially our teaching crocodiles. Now I can see all the crocodiles are smiling now. And their hearts are softening. And they say, now you're getting it. We're all teaching each other. I never meant to be mean. I was trained. I was very carefully manipulated into this behavior to be your teacher, as you are my teacher. So this is a beautiful way for your heart to forgive. We ask and intend to forgive all of the trespasses that others have brought our way. We release this from our physical body, our emotional body, and our mental spheres as well. Now we forgive ourselves for carrying these energies and patterns for so long. We also forgive ourselves for what we have dumped and created for other people. We forgive because it just needed to flow out in that way. Playground. We're children. We're on a playground. So take a deep breath, and as children move on from a little scuffle or a win, they just move on to the next activity. So we let our hearts lighten up with all the story of ourselves and others now. So perhaps there is some ferocious, deep, dark alligator, perhaps in your stomach, your liver, somewhere residing within your energy field of some time when you were so scared or so hurt or so ticked that you just don't know how to get over it. That's the topic of our next step. Imagine that issue, that person, something that overpowered your body, your mind, your heart, and your soul, and you were flattened, and you did feel that you were broken off into pieces, and you've been seeking wholeness and healing. If you don't know the exact situation, just let your body bring that vibration forward. If you do know the exact situation, let these other beings with their crocodile costumes all be present now as you are safely separated and they are safely witnessing and willing to go through this deep healing with you. Take a deep breath through your nose and out through your mouth. So as usual, now we're going to call in the great sanitizer, flush, Drano, Mr. Clean. We're calling in a vibration from the Creator that is so perfectly formulated we can't even imagine the depth that this can work. It's miraculous healing aspects. We ask that this beautiful essence of light and mitigating frequencies be brought into our body through our crown chakra. We let a beautiful ball of light from the Creator simply melt down into our head, into our nervous system. And it is simple as asking that we reset the scene and the picture. And we ask and intend that we unwind the trauma in our body of that incident now. We bring love into the crocodile perpetrator's field. We bring love into our field as we release and thank them for whatever they taught us that has helped us be who we are, to be sitting here today courageously, shedding, and holding our own light. Take a deep breath and let this light come in and just have its way with your body. Surrender, allow, be one with this glorious energy of healing. Let it come into every density into your throat. If you felt that you couldn't speak or scream or hold your truth, let that flush out through all of your organs so you have no holding energy, no resistance, no sadness, no anguish. We are repatterning and removing that from your energy field now. Deep breath through the nose and out through the mouth. And imagine that you are releasing and just letting go. And now these energies are coming down onto your shoulders and through your body. And you are feeling delightfully delicious and wonderful and joyful. Letting these energies flush down through your body and out the bottom of your feet. Beautiful. Down into the center core of the earth, connecting and letting that energy come up through your feet, your legs, up through your torso, and now into your heart. Let your heart be refreshed as you deeply unwind and release this spool of thread of this crocodile situation. Just let go. Just imagine your body will take care of it. Your guides will take care of it. Just let go and be at ease and relax and let the energies flow up through your neck and your head and go on up and plug in to Creator Source. Beautiful. Now just imagine that a huge fountain of light is coming out your crown chakra as the energies are flowing in and the old energies are flowing out, and your whole body has an activated flushing circuitry. We ask that this old crocodile quagmire be completely, profoundly released in the next 3 days. We program our body to do it, just simply, naturally, supported by our guides as we go about our lives. So we finish this meditation by putting a beautiful, resilient, golden egg around our physical body that goes out about that far, about 18 inches, 2 feet. That as we go through our days, we are protected, we are buoyant, and we are here in this earth, but we are healing ourselves from the earth's maladies and misalignment. So thank you for joining me today for this Be the Light meditation. And we meet every Wednesday morning, or you can access old tapes at Sound and Light Healing Arts Wednesday AM meditations. Thank you for joining me, Jan Jorgensen, Cercone. Bye-bye.